Ben Howard is a very quiet singer-songwriter, and a song like Old Pine is very appropriate and very fitting for him. Sounds a little like Nick Drake. It's kind of like if Bon Iver was a little too rocking for you.
Ben Howard is a young lad from Devon, which is on the south coast of the UK. He's a bit of a surfer boy. Ended up going to Falmouth College, which is in Cornwall, which is also on the south coast of the UK. He was studying journalism, but he was at the same time making these little guitar folk pop songs. And before he completed his undergraduate degree, he dropped out and decided to make a go of it writing music, and has done incredibly well in a very short space of time.
I had a fairly good upbringing, really. There's no like sob stories. People kind of ask me where I get some of the more I don't know, melancholy songs from and stuff, and I don't really know, to be honest.
A lot of people may not know his name, but his music actually has a lot of YouTube views. His song The Wolves, for example, has about 3.5 million YouTube views.
We're lonely, now that there's nowhere to go, watching from both sides, these clock towers burning up. I lost my time here, or I lost my patience with it all.
I think he's come along at the right time because, I mean, folk-influenced rock hasn't been popular right now, and he's scored an opening slot for Mumford Sons. You can't really get a better gig than that at this moment.
Best British Breakthrough Act and Best Male Solo Artist at the BRIT, which is the UK's equivalent of the Grammys, essentially. Still no one really knew who he was. And the day after he won these two awards, his album sales jumped, I think, 4,200% on Amazon, because everyone in the UK was like, oh, we kind of like this guy, who is it? We'll give his album a go.
I was in Morocco and I had a fever, and it sounds like a mental story, but it was, yeah, I basically had a fever and ended up writing that song, a song called Oats in the Water, over those few days, like in this like little place in like a basement with no natural light in Morocco. It was all quite bizarre, but that song came out of it, and so all the songs came from really weird places.
He's certainly starting to grow a little bit more, like getting a little more electric guitar.
And you fear what you found.
Seems to just appeal to this huge cross-section of American and I think British public. He also writes quite powerful anthems, so when you put some electric guitars behind it and some drums, it can fill a big venue and everyone can sing along.
It wouldn't shock me if, he comes out with an album that like really resonates with people who are into Mumford and Lumineers and that kind of thing right now. And definitely next year I could see him being at the Grammys for maybe a Best New Artist.